Hello, this is Mike, bringing you another podcast from the Personal Weight Loss Consultancy. This podcast covers that it is not always just a straightforward case of eating less, regardless of the type of food, exercising more, and then, hey presto, you get to the weight you want to be. If only it was that simple. Extensive studies show that it is not just the intake of calories and the amount of exercising which are the determining factors for losing and keeping off your weight. In this podcast, I'm going to explain some key factors that can slow down your metabolic rate, regardless of whether you are following a low-calorie diet and exercising. Our metabolic rate, which varies from one person to another, plays an important part in being in control of your weight. The metabolic rate naturally slows down with the aging process. From the time we are 20 years old, it starts to slow down by 10% each decade. When we hit 40, our metabolic rate has dropped by 20%, at 50 by 30%, at 60 by 40%, and at 70 by 50%, and so on. This helps us to understand what used to work when we were younger is no longer as effective as we get older. This shows us that it is not just aging that affects our weight. As we go through life, major hormonal changes such as pregnancy and menopause can all play havoc with our metabolic rate, weight, and body shape. It is not just women whose hormonal changes can affect their ability to lose weight. Men, as they age, produce less testosterone, which in turn slows down the metabolic rate. Another reason why you may find it more difficult to lose weight as you get older is loss of muscle mass. Once we turn 30, and every decade after, the average muscle loss can range from 3 to 5%. From the age of 60 onwards, the rate of muscle loss is higher than this percentage. One of the reasons why it is necessary to prevent as much muscle loss as possible is because fat burns less calories than muscle does. This factor, accompanied with accumulating more fat as we age, does no favors for our metabolic rate. A vital factor that cannot be overlooked is the impact that different foods have on the fat burning and fat storage process. If you have 1200 calories in a day, consisting mostly of sugar, unhealthy fats and unhealthy carbohydrates, this will trigger the fat storage process. On the other hand, you could eat 1200 calories in a day, consisting of the right amounts of protein, good fats and healthy carbohydrates, which would activate the fat burning process. Physical or mental ill health can all lower the metabolic rate, making it more difficult to lose weight. Operations and illnesses can also negatively impact your weight. Medical conditions such as an underactive thyroid, autoimmune diseases, fibromyalgia, IBS, diverticulitis, and polycystic ovary syndrome are just a few examples of how medical conditions can affect your weight loss. Medications can cause you to retain fluids and can also make you feel hungry, which often makes you want to eat more. Medications such as antidepressants, type 2 diabetic medication, HRT, steroids, and beta blockers can have an impact on the metabolic rate, resulting in weight gain or hindering your attempts to lose weight. If you suspect that your medication is affecting your weight, you may want to discuss this with your doctor to see if there is a suitable alternative option for you. Never stop taking your medication before consulting your doctor. There are plenty of studies that show how a lack of sleep or stress can make it difficult to lose weight. The good news is that the Metabolic Weight Loss Program has achieved excellent results with people coming to us who have struggled with any of these factors mentioned and have had great success with losing weight. We help you make the necessary changes to your diet to accommodate the slowing down of your metabolic rate with the purpose of giving you the best opportunity in getting to the weight you want to be. In a future podcast, I will be discussing how specific hormones affect the metabolic rate. I hope this podcast has been of help to you.